Okay, good afternoon, or rather, let me start with good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are connecting to us from. It's a pleasure having you here today. Yes, indeed, it is indeed a pleasure having you here, right? So, I want to say thank you to those joining us. If you are here live with us, kindly reply by typing live, or kindly tell us where you are connecting to us from so that we know, yes, indeed, you are here. Give us a form of signal that as you are here, we are connected together so that we can proceed with the information that we have for you. right? So we have, as usual, excuse me, I need to clear my throat, and I have my bottle of water beside me. So we have, as usual, our discussion on the business of trading the financial market, where we're going to be looking at trading opportunities for the day. I repeat, where we're going to be looking at trading opportunities for the day and to see how we can make some pips. And of course, we should already know that pips is equals to money. I repeat, pips is equals to money. Let me just go through some of the comments I have over here. Somebody said, hello, good evening. So that means that it is evening from your own end, right? Also, let us know where you are connecting to us from. I'm here live in BC, British Columbia, Canada. So let us know where you are connecting to us from, and we are going to dive in fully now. And please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask as we proceed. Right. So first of all, we need to thank Trading Live for this opportunity. We thank the platform Trading Live for giving us this opportunity to meet up from different parts of the world to discuss the markets, right? We look for opportunities where we can make money and of course to better our lives and to better the lives of people around us, our loved ones, our friends, and so on. So thank you, Trading Live, for this platform. And of course, this is also brought to you by my academy, right? My trading academy, CSA Forex, and that's the website, www.csaforex.com. And it's csaforex.com. CSA Forex stands for Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading, which simply means that there must be a common sense approach to anything and everything in life, right? So there must be a common sense approach to trading, and that's what we're going to be looking at. Before we dive into the charts, we want to ensure that you understand this disclaimer. First of all, this business carries a high level of risk as it's a levered business. So there's a tendency, first of all, for you to lose a whole lot of your funds, if not all of them. So you need to ensure that you protect your account accordingly by minimizing your losses, right? Using the proper volume, using the proper lot size based on your account balance. Also, please note that this material that we're giving you, this communication, it doesn't contain anything that has to do with investment advice. It doesn't have to do with anything signals, right? Please, this is strictly for the purpose of education, right? So please, the information we're giving out now is for learning purposes. Make sure if you're going to place any trade, you understand the risk behind the business and you make sure that your risk management calculation is up to date, right? If you want to know how to calculate your risk appropriately, do let us know and we'll give you more information on that. So quickly, let's dive into the charts. Let's look for trading opportunities in the market, right? Let's look for trading opportunities in the market. So thank you guys. I can see Sigrid Bartlett said, I'm from Asia, Malaysia. Awesome. Malaysia in the building. And of course, we have some other people saying you're excited for today's session and that's coming from Roy Clapham, right? Great. So as we proceed, for those just joining us, you're welcome. This is strictly market analysis where we're going to be looking at trading opportunities for the day. And I'm going to talk about this one that we have in front of us. Please don't forget, this should not be used as a form of signal. This is basically how I trade, and I'm using this to explain to you so that you could learn a thing or two from me. I am not the best trader in the world, obviously, and I'm not the worst trader in the world, obviously, right? Great. So that is my own personal disclaimer. So now, beautiful. Pamela Nora said that is the Euro USD pair. Yes, indeed, this is Euro USD. I'm going to explain my thought process on this particular chart. And of course, as I do that, just pay attention. And if you have any question, feel free to ask and we'll proceed with a few other instruments. If you also have some instruments on the radar, right, some instruments that you are watching and you want us to discuss, let me know as well. I would also put it up on the calendar. We'll also put it up on the radar, on the chat, and then we'll discuss it as well. First things first, we always say, before you start discussing any chart, looking for opportunities, First things first, please, everybody pay attention to this. First things first is to check the calendar, right? Check the calendar for upcoming news that could easily cause some serious volatility in the market, right? Check for the calendar based on scheduled news, because when it comes to fundamentals, we have the scheduled news and we have the breaking news. So scheduled news has to do with the news coming out today, tomorrow, and so on. And news could either be of low impact and also of high impact, right? So if you look over here, this is the calendar for this week. You can see this week, and you can see the date. You have April 29th, April 23rd to April 29th. Oh, wow. That means that this month is already over. And this is Q2. We've already entered the second quarter of the year. Before you know it, the year will be over. So look at this. Yesterday, we did not have any high impact news because we have already done our filter. Right? For the filter, you have news such as the low, medium, low impact expected, medium impact expected, and the high impact expected. These ones are colored red and are known as the high impact expected. If I put a mouse on it, it says what high impact expected. So that's is what we are interested in, because these are the ones that can cause some serious volatility in the market. These are the ones that can make the spread to increase. Spread is known as the difference between the buying and the selling prices. I'm sure some of us are already conversant to this. Some of us here are already trading. You've been trading for maybe a few months or maybe even a few years, but you are here most likely because you haven't made headwaves as such, or you are here because you are trying to find out, what does Mr. Tolu have to offer? What can I add from his own trading style to mine to improve? We're all here to improve. Even I myself, as I'm conducting this session, I'm also here to improve. So I would improve based on your question, based on our interactions together. And that's why we're going to be having this live market analysis sessions more often, just to rub minds on the business. Please also note that this is not a training. I repeat, it is not training, or rather it is more of trading. So I'm not here to explain this or explain that to you. I'm going straight to the point, looking for opportunities. If you want to learn how to trade, then yes, of course, I have something for you, and I'll give you that information towards the end, right? So yesterday, Monday, we didn't have anything for high impact, and then today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, and of course, we have something coming out. This, by the way, is based on the UK time, right? This is based on UK time. So by 3 p.m., which happens to be about 52 minutes from now, right, at the top of the hour, depending on where you are, the top of the hour, it should be about 8 minutes after your hour where you are, right? So that should be 8 minutes after 2 p.m. You can see we call this the New York session, and that means that New York session has what? New York session has kicked off, right? So for the next 8 hours, New York is running. That's what we're here to talk about. And then we have news coming out for the dollar. And of course, the dollar is arguably, I'll say the arguably and I'll stress it, arguably the most traded currency in the world, the US dollar, all over the world. Well, we all know what's happening now, especially based on the war from Russia and Ukraine. There is now a strong movement which has been brought about by BRICS. BRICS stands for Brazil, the countries Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, right? They started the BRICS a few years ago just to oppose, the movements of G7 and the likes. So now, what is happening now is that Russia now are dealing more in the Chinese yuan, right? And the same thing has applied. You have a few countries that are also applying to join the BRICS. So they're trying to give the US dollar a run for its money. They're trying to see if they can topple the position for the US dollar, right? But let's see how that plays out. Politics, of course, is heavily involved here. And not to mention a few other countries like North Korea and the rest, obviously, the side that they will be on. But most times, I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm not here to talk about the fundamentals as such. I'm here just to give you the information that we have based on news and how it can affect our trading. So we wait for the actual to be released. You can see we don't have any figures over here. But also get figures, we wait for the top of the hour, which is about 15 minutes from now. We click on the refresh button, by that time, not now. I'm just clicking on the refresh button to show you what you do at the top of the hour, which is 50 minutes from now, right? UK time now is 2:10 p.m. In the next 15 minutes by 3 p.m., you refresh this to give you the figures, and then you would know whether it is good or bad, meaning that you will know whether you're supposed to be buying the USD or selling the USD. So for now, let's cross back to the chart and then let's continue our discussion. Don't forget, the first thing, everybody, I don't want to know the type of trader that you are, whether you are an intraday trader, whether you are a scalper, a swing or position trader, you must check the calendar. I repeat, it's a must. You must check the calendar, find out what's going on for the day, whether there's going to be volatility in the market that can cause some erratic movements and so on. Now, with that said, we're looking at the Euro USD. I'm going to give you some information based on this. Quickly, let me just jump into the comment section and see what some of us might have been saying. If you have any question or you told us one thing or the other, okay, beautiful. Just quickly, because I'll be jumping back and forth between the comment section and the chat, and also reading questions from the different areas. We're also streaming on our YouTube live as well. For those watching on YouTube, you're welcome. And of course, I can see on the YouTube, I have a few people. Ben from Nigeria, beautiful. You said good afternoon, pleasure. And we have so many investment plugs said from Nigeria as well. Oh, you said you are Olatunji as well. That happens to be my surname. You're welcome. We have Lindani Magokoza. Hopefully I pronounced your name well. So we have Lindani from South Africa as well. Now you can see how this business, I repeat, how this business, and of course, how the internet at large, how it brings people from different parts of the world together to talk about one thing. And that one thing is how to better our lives, how to make money, not just make money, but of course, how to be financially free, to have that time to be able to spend the money. Trust me, I know a lot of people that are working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. They are making money quite all right, but they're making money. What's happening? They don't have the time to spend the money. And besides, tax is eating heavily into the money. That is another discussion for another day, depending on where you are, the country where you are. Because trust me, it's like the more you earn, the more you're being taxed and so on. But I digress. We also have Mr. Adams Ayambire, you're welcome, from Ghana. And he said it looks like the entry is too early. Okay, he's talking about the chart that I have displayed in front of us, and I'm going to explain that shortly, right? And I'll explain, as I said, the trade is early. From this trade that you can see over here, I'll discuss it and I'll tell you why we clicked on buy. As I said, it's too early. And of course, what we normally do and how we normally trade. Because in a day, it's always good for you to have 2 bullets. I repeat, 2 bullets at the end of the day. You can look at it as the first bullet. First bullet is always the testing bullet. And I'll explain why this testing bullet has, been put into play, right? So don't forget, you're welcome. Just looking at the remaining comments that we have, let me see. Just a quick one. Donald Augusto said, yes, that is Euro USD. Let's quickly breeze through the comment section here. Sebastian Hapa, hope I pronounced your name well, said, yes, check calendar first of all. That is the first thing everybody should do. Don't forget, at the top of the hour, we have news coming out for the dollar. So this area is going to be affected as well, right? Okay, let me see. Matthew Perkins said one of the most active and liquid sessions. Yes, in New York. London and New York are arguably the most active sessions, and that's why I prefer London and New York. So maybe at another time, we might be looking at market analysis from the London session. So guys, prepare your mind down based on your location, right? It might not be, the best of times for you. It might be in the wee hours of the day. For me here in Canada, BC, it is 6:15 a.m. I repeat, it is 6:15 a.m. now as we are discussing. Right. Okay. So what Humby said, yes, that could impact market sentiment. Will Rob Myers and watch your analysis, Kevin Berkeley. Okay, beautiful. I'm just going through the comments. I'm just through them quickly, and we'll go back to the chat and I'll explain 1 or 2 things. Don't forget, as a quick disclaimer, right? The market carries a high level of risk. there are bound to be losses. Whether you like it or not, you are going to have losses. I have losses. I'm not afraid to show you my losses because it's part of the business. Any trader, analyst, or coach that does not show you losses, well, I don't know what to say, but I digress. Be ready to have losses. It is how you manage the losses, is how your risk is being involved in those trades that will determine if you are going to be a successful trader or not. And if you notice, I'm not talking in a fast-paced manner. So I'm not bothered with what's happening on the chart now on the Euro USD. If you should hit the stop loss, no problem, I'll explain. Why do you think I even started with this chart? Because I want to show you and I want to teach everybody something. Don't forget, this is trading session and not training session. Quickly now, let us breeze through the question to comment. Cora Jerome said better movement of the natural resources countries. And of course, that was our discussion on the BRICS and of course the G7 and all. Adelaide Jane, I remember you from last week. I think you're from Nigeria. USD is a strong currency, right? Yes, you could say that. You can also pay attention to the USD separately. You have it as an index. I'll show you the index now. And it's also one that you can use as a form of correlation, right? We use that as a form of correlation as well. And that's why you can easily say we're able to put a bullet into this trade. Remember, you said something have at least 2 bullets, right? 1 bullet is too small, 2 bullets is okay for the day. That means that if you have 2 losses on that particular instrument, leave it alone and then look at other things maybe tomorrow, not even that same day. Okay, where Felvin says, so now we have countries that trade in US dollar and also the yuan. Yes, indeed. You can Google that, do your research on that and find more information. We all know what is happening in the world, China and Taiwan tensions. Excuse me. Just a second, let me just take a sip of water since my throat is acting up a bit. I need to be doing some talking exercises before I jump into every session. But it seems early in the morning like this, you all know that feeling. Your trades tends to feel a bit funny. Okay, and let's see. Clyde Stephen says trends may be established during this time. Yes, indeed. And don't forget, today is Tuesday. That's another thing to add. Yesterday was Monday, today is Tuesday. We can easily also see that the market tends to pick up pace from Tuesday. Queen and Hope said, expecting this news to have small volatile effect on USD. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. I'm sorry if I'm breezing through and skipping some of your comments. I'm just trying to just pick out some so we can, buttress some more on. Okay, Adolf Isaac said, I'm from Dubai, sir. Awesome. Welcome. How is Dubai doing today? Hannah Benjamin said, yes, scalper. I always check calendar. Beautiful. Look at guys. You are a scalper. You must check the calendar, especially if you're a scalper. For scalping, you are trading from lower time frames. Things happen very fast. You have news that comes out, the reaction is very fast. I can easily very fast have losses. One thing about scalping also is that traders don't use stop loss. A lot of traders don't use stop loss because they don't have time. They believe they're monitoring the trade. If it goes against them, they quickly close it. But some traders don't close it when it goes against them. That's another story for another day. That's why we already gave you the disclaimer for you to be careful with. So maybe I should be prepared for potential losses. Please be prepared. And that's why your risk management would come in handy. But when you have a loss, it doesn't shake you because because your risk is well calculated. Okay. From Malaysia, Bert Kelson, you're welcome. Beautiful. So I'm just about getting through the comments over here. Just breezing through the comments about here. So I'm going to switch back to the chat and then we'll continue from there. And maybe I can go back to the comments and see whether we have any questions. Your comments are coming in fast and hard, by the way. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you for making it not boring, because at times as a trader, you always need somebody to talk to. And that's why we always say it's always good for us to build like a little trading community. And the best one for now is Trading Live, connecting a lot of us from different parts of the world. So with that said, back to this chart, the Euro USD, you can see we've been talking for a while. It's getting closer and closer to our stop loss, but do not be scared, do not be alarmed. If it hits this stop loss, you have one more bullet. And quickly, somebody said, and that's Mr. Adams Ayambere from Ghana, said it seems that was an early entry. Now, this entry was brought about from the 30 minutes time frame still on that level. You can see 30 minutes time frame over here. If you look over here, this looks like what this candle where the mouse is under. I can zoom in a bit and then I can highlight the candle in question. This particular candle, this one, it looks like what? It looks like a pin bar, also known as a hammer, and it's also to the bullish side, and this was the trigger expecting it to push higher. When you're expecting the market to push higher, the market is the market. It can first of all push lower as we have over here. If it pushes lower, do not panic. Do not panic. Those that panic are the ones that the risk is always too high. And this is a demo account, by the way. But then I always say, if you are new to the business or you are struggling, always start with the smallest lot size, 0.01, put it into the market and then test. It would help control your emotions, because our emotions are usually all over the place when your risk is not in the right proportion, meaning that you're risking too much. Look at it now. It's very close. It even got closer to the stop loss. Are we shaking? No. I actually have this trade also open on other platforms like my live and so on. So does that mean that I am afraid? No. Am I shaking? No. You can see the market is even pushing higher as we speak. This simply means that this area where we're talking, based on our analysis over here from the 1 hour, it means that this place is an area that is very much, sorry, let me clear that, is very much valid as an area to watch. Why is it valid as an area to watch? It acted as resistance in the past, acted as support in the past, resistance, resistance. You can see some support here. That means that naturally, based on where it is, as it has broken up from here, doing this like curve, parabolic curve, that means that this area should now act as support. You can see the market is still playing out according to the area, showing that buyers are very much here. One thing I would also say, now as much as we had an early entry here, naturally your stop loss should be much lower here, but it will be a much bigger stop loss. And our trigger was based on that 30 minutes price action candlestick pattern. So you can see the market is still doing this thing. Let's see how it plays out the more. If we're here, listen to this, guys, carefully listen to this. If we're here and this trade should work according to plan, it is not magic. I'm not using voodoo. The amount I'm trading, trust me, is even smaller than some of us over here, which simply means that my money cannot move the market. This is a market of trillions and trillions of dollars on a daily basis. That is the daily volume. If this market should move according to plan, then it should give you more confidence that this trading session that we're having, that we're discussing, it actually work based on our analysis. And this your analysis, by the way, should be based on whether it is support and resistance or supply and demand, or should be based on whether you are using like Fibonacci retracement, right? Or whether you are using flip zones or whatever you are using. At the end of the day, everything has to do with price. Price is king, and you pay more attention to price. And that's why you will not catch any indicator on my chart, because indicators, they react based on what price does. So why should I personally, this is me, I'm not saying you cannot use indicators. We all have different styles, and there is no trading strategy that is 100%. All your trading strategies, they work and they will fail. It is for you to understand them. I hope I am not too fast, right? I'm just trying to dish out as much information as possible. Even if it's this instrument that we talk about alone, then I will be satisfied, right? So looking at the dollar index, you can see also the dollar index is at an area of resistance where you're looking forward to selling. If you are selling the dollar, right, that means that for the Euro USD, you are expecting to buy. And this also is a little bit of dangerous times because of the news coming out. The news coming out can make this dollar to push aggressively to this area of supply. If this happens, the same thing for Euro USD will also happen. It will drop heavily as well. So you need to be ready for what the market has to offer. But we are picking our levels based on flip zone, support, resistance, supply, demand, Fibonacci. They're all similar at the end of the day. Well, you combine one or two for confluence, and of course, the more confidence you have, the more confidence it will build in yourself as a trader. So this area that we're watching over here, okay, sorry, I need to disable something. I need to disable the annotation. I think somebody just did something there. Okay, so this area that we have over here is an area you can see acted as resistance. You can see over here some little resistance, some little support here, support, support, support. You can see what we're doing over here, support, support, some little resistance here. We're expecting here to act as resistance. If this does not act as resistance and push to the upside, then we will not expect that area on the flip zone On the flip side, that's why it's called flip zone. A flip zone is an area that has acted as support and also acted as resistance, as you can see on this chart. So if it does that, it breaks to the upside, then this will be valid for buy for the dollar. That means that for Euro USD, it will now flip to the selling side. And that's why we always say, pay attention to the charts. Let the charts lead the way. All you have to do is to follow your charts. Let your charts, which is the price, let price lead the way. Price is king. I'm going to flip back to the comment section because I like it to be engaging. I don't want to miss out on majority of the comments, but please also pay attention. I won't see all the comments, right, because I'm streaming live also from our YouTube. And you can follow us on the YouTube channel as well. The YouTube channel is CSA Forex, which stands for Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading, CSA Forex, right? So for those on the YouTube, you are already most likely following us. And if you are not, follow us as well. And if you are on the Trading Live, you can also follow us on the YouTube. We have some other videos there, learning trading videos and so on that we do. I have a few based on a request from a few traders. I know somebody talked about in a personal session at ease. I have mentorship sessions I run. Person is asking for how to calculate the leverage, how to work with the leverage, equity, margin, use margin, and of course the free margin and the likes. I'm going to explain that through short videos on the YouTube channel. You can follow us on the YouTube channel, and of course, as you follow us on YouTube, I'll try to drop the link on the YouTube channel right now. When I drop the link, you can do also follow us on that platform. I'm going to drop it on the Trading Live platform so you guys can follow us. I'll give you more information as well as we proceed. So you should be able to see the YouTube channel. Do also follow us, check on the videos, like them, comment, and so on. So now back to this chart that we have right in front of us. You can see this is what we're talking about based on the dollar. And based on the reaction to this area on the dollar, you can see the dollar is still looking bearish as it's under this level, bearish for selling. Let me clear this here, and you can see the Euro USD, fantastic. When I say fantastic, it is still respecting the area. Our stop loss has not been hit and is building confidence. Trust me, this business is one that you can make good money from, especially if you know what you are doing. At times, the market, or rather price, could get to your area of interest for you to enter, you could get close to it, or at times you could even breach it a bit, right? And then still all of them would push higher according to what you're looking at. So your analysis must be on point. I repeat, it must be on point. So since we're looking at the dollar with respect to it dropping, that means that the AUD USD, we're looking at it also with respect to buying as well. And with respect to buying, you can see it's clearly at an area of, if we extend this here, we extend this our rectangle that we're using to cover an area. Price has to do with areas or levels or zones, not a point. You can see over here we have some bunch of support over here. And you can see prices over here. We should expect this also should act as support and push higher. Please don't forget, guys, this is not to be used as a form of signals. Signals, you need to know the risk to use. You need to know where to set stop loss. You also need to know how to manage your trades. All of those things I just mentioned now, we do them as a form of full mentorship. I'll talk about the mentorship that we have to offer. And if you're interested, I even have something exciting to share with you from the course that we have. You can subscribe to the course, and then I'm giving a particular bonus to those that will subscribe to the course as well. I'll give you the information as we continue. So this is the AUD/USD. You can see clearly based on the dollar and the happenings of the dollar. We're looking forward to buying this AUD/USD, and it's at the area of buying. Let's look at some other instruments. EuroCAD, there's no dollar involved. BTC/USD as well. You would be expecting as the dollar should go down, you'll be expecting that the BTC/USD should go up, right? So you can see it's bouncing off these areas here, and this came from a major drop. I mean, a major drop from last week. If you guys remember, for those that were here last week, we were opportunity to get a sell position over here. We had this area here, which you can easily call, oops, sorry, what did I do? Which you can easily call the area of, sorry, I'm trying to drag this that we have drawn. Yeah, you can easily call this an area of resistance or an area of supply. If I drag it to the left-hand side and then show you a thing or two, you You can see back then. And beautiful, I would even explain something as well, because there are different ways to trade. You can also trade using chart patterns. I can't explain everything here. This is not a training, but rather a trading session. You look very well, you have areas of resistance over here. You can see price acting as resistance, 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 and resistance. So what give us the entry over here. And that last week, if you remember, for those that were here, that's what we say, follow us for the time that we'll be together. We can't do more than 1 hour here. We were able to get out over here last week, and we made good profit last week. So if you were here with us, because this trade we entered last week, we entered it right in front of us, just like the Euro USD that we're in now. And you can see the Euro USD is still holding its ground, and that means that what, it can still work out according to plan. This is not a form of signal. Please, guys, pay attention, right? So you don't go jumping, placing buy positions. There's news coming out, anything could happen. Market could go haywire. Slippage could also occur. Slippage is something that is very important that happens. You can get the video on slippage on the YouTube channel. So follow us on the YouTube channel, search for slippage, you see the video, watch it to explain better what slippage is. Slippage is something that is brought about by the market and not the brokers. Right? So don't go blaming your broker, especially when something happens in the market. Right? Based on brokers as well, if you are looking for a broker to work with, I could recommend a broker, right? Let me know in the chat section. I could drop the link to a broker that I'm working with. And of course, there are lots and lots of brokers that you can work with, but I also trade with lots of brokers, by the way, but there's a broker that I work with, and of course, I can give you the information on that. You can subscribe to it, or rather open an account with that broker, or rather, let me drop the link. I'll just really drop the link for those that are with us. I know I have a lot of comments I can see on the Trading Live. I have about 80 comments, so I'm going to switch over to the comments here. I've also dropped the link for those that might want to connect to that broker, ICM, and I have some comments from the YouTube section as well. I can see somebody is saying, Adam Zayambre said, I had a similar entry this morning on pound CHF. We'll see if we can quickly flip over to pound CHF. Lindani said, I want to learn how to trade, sir. I don't know how to trade. No problem. This is not a training session, as I said earlier, for those that are interested in learning how to trade. What I will do for you is to drop the link. You can also go over the website www.CSAForex to get more information. But I will drop a particular link for the course where you can subscribe to. I'll give out the bonus. And you can also chat me up on my Instagram. I'll drop my Instagram handle in a bit for everybody on the platform. So I want you to just breeze through your comments. I am Adam said pounds card. We might not be able to go through everybody's request, please. And I always say, and you can see it seems I seem to be talking a bit fast because I'm trying to, give you the live market view on the charts that we have in front of us, and then also go through our comments. I prefer going over our comments more than just talking about the charts, because I could also do this as a recording and then drop them up on different platforms, drop them on the YouTube channel, Trading Live, and so on, and you watch them, but there's no interaction. It's all about interaction. It's all about the engagement at the end of the day. Quickly, let me breeze through the comments I have over here. Asking about gold. We'll try to look at gold in a bit. Okay, another person asking about gold, and that's coming from Ola Clemens and Jacqueline Ricardo. Just breezing through quickly, guys. Bear with me. I have a lot of comments here to go through. I'm just going to flip through them. I'm just breezing through them quickly. Apologies. I'm just flipping and flipping. Somebody said, this is a question, a good question. Someone said, isn't that stop loss too tight and not enough for price to break? You could say that on that Euro USD, but don't forget we said on the Euro USD, our entry was based on the candle, on the bullish hammer, also known as bullish pin bar on the 30-minute time frame. So the stop loss was based on that candle and not the area. If it's based on the area, it would be a much bigger stop loss. So you must understand your stop loss, understand where to set it, based on news, based on a whole lot of parameters as well. One thing I always say also, you can always use a buffer instead of using, if you're supposed to use 15 pips stop loss, you could use like 25 or 30 pips to take care of maybe whipsaws that could come about by the news that we have coming out soon. So you could increase your stop loss a bit based on whipsaws, based on the spread. But if you're using 15 pips stop loss, trust me, if your stop loss, if your spread is 2 pips, that stop loss is actually 13 pips and not 15, right? But I can't explain I can't go into deep into that for now, right? I can't go in too deep into that for now. So continue what we have over here. Somebody said any signals. I don't do signals. You should know that already. We said this as a disclaimer. This is not to be used as a form of signal. Sorry, let's just breeze through some of them. Quickly. Olax Clement said very clear chart. We try to make our chart as clean as possible. Somebody said we'll check the link. Okay, so let me drop the link for the course as well. Somebody said we'll check the link. I'll drop the link now. So once I drop the link, you guys can also check on the course. I'll also talk about it in a bit, but let me just go through the remaining comments I have here, just breezing through. Sorry guys, just want to breeze through to the end. Okay, somebody said dropping the AED USD now. Not really sure what that means. Japanese yen seems to be bearish. I'm not sure whether we have time because I try to keep this under 1 hour. Normally, I try to even keep this under 30 minutes, but we've gone past the 30 minutes marker. So in between 30 minutes, 1 hour. I wish I could be doing 2 hour, 3 hour session, but no, I have training sessions, I have mentorship sessions I'm running. I'm also a trader, not just a trainer, because I'm a trainer, I'm a coach, I'm an analyst, and I'm, a trader first of all. Okay, so let me just go to the end. Go through the end. So sorry guys, if I was not able to go through your comments, apologies. I'm just breezing through the end now to see what the latest people are saying over here. So apologies for that. As I always say, if you need my attention, you can chat me up on Instagram and we could talk a bit more on Instagram. Chat me on Instagram. Let me even know your story, how long you have been trading for. That's my Instagram handle. I just dropped it on the Trading Live platform and then also dropping it on the YouTube section as well. So let me know, right? You can chat me up and then we can have a discussion because I can't keep up with everybody's comment over here. Okay, so somebody said this is Bitcoin. Yes, indeed, this is Bitcoin from the hourly time frame. And Bitcoin also you can look at it from the higher time frame as well, the likes of the daily. I'll show you on the daily how the Bitcoin looks like. Because when you switch from one time frame to the other, it tends to give you different views at the end of the day. But it is also for you to understand how to look at the market. So if you look over here, our entry last week was based on what we had over here from this area of supply. And you can see from here, it reacted and dropped down. Now it's presently at this area of demand. You can see price tends to move from supply to demand, support to resistance, different flip zones at the end of the day. So over here, naturally, you'll be looking for buy positions on the higher time frames because you will get different views from higher time frames and lower time frames in the sense that on the higher time frames, it is going to be a thing of what? Higher time frame is going to be a thing of paying attention to that time frame strictly. And if you're on the lower time frames, pay attention to the lower time frames strictly. Because if you're trying to combine time frames, it could easily be confusing. Yes, indeed, you can combine time frames. I believe we had a session maybe about a month ago or so where we talked about multi-time frame analysis approach. Yes, indeed, you can do that. But I also advise that it could easily be confusing. It could easily cause, analysis paralysis where the lower time frame is telling you to sell, the higher time frame is telling you to buy based on how you're looking at it. But then I always tell people, always ensure that either you're using one time frame strictly for your analysis and your entry, or you use one time frame majorly for your analysis. You're dropping down to other time frames must be aligned. I repeat, it must be aligned with that initial time frame where you conducted the analysis from. So this is the daily time frame as we have over here. If you look very well, the same thing we talk about, support, resistance, supply, demand, flip zones, and so on is right in front of us, right? This one I'm just marking out over here. This is a good area for flip zone where you had it act as a support before, here acting as resistance, as you can see, resistance, 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 right? So if it happens to come, if this area should fail and come here, we could be expecting price to maybe act as a flip and then be a buying position as well. So one thing you always need to also pay attention, that price will always get to levels. And when price gets to different levels, it now is a thing of, will that level hold? I repeat, will that level hold? And speaking about will that level hold, let's check on the Euro USD because I believe that level most likely has taken us out for our first bullet. Don't forget, make sure that your risk is well minimized. And I hope that nobody rushed to take that trade without understanding risk management. Remember, we said it is not a form of signals, but rather should be used as a form of education. I'm trying to explain to you how I trade. Let me tell you how I trade, by the way. If I place 10 trades, I place 10 trades in a week, right? And 7 of them are losers. 7 of them are losers. My three winners will take care of the 7 losers. And that's simply because the risk to reward ratio is in good proportion. Where the reward is what? Where the reward is naturally higher than the risk. So looking at the dollar, quickly flip backwards. We're going to be rounding up within a few minutes from now. You can see the dollar has gotten stronger in that area, but it's still in that area. That means that the euro USD should have dropped as well, still in that area, and it has taken out our initial bullet. That means that in this area, it is an area. So that means that the area must be respected. The area must be paid attention to, right? Now we said our stop loss naturally should be lower. That means that it has taken out that initial bullet. We have one more bullet on this euro USD. One more bullet here. And if you cross over to the 30 minutes time frame, you notice that the 30 minutes time frame, that trigger, right, on that pin bar has been taken out. The stop loss has been taken out over here. So we wait to see, are we going to have another pin bar here? If we do on this 30 minutes, then to form another reason to put in a second bullet. Or whatever entry you're using, whatever you're using as a form of entry, right? Make sure you understand what you are looking out for. There was something I was trying to also talk about on a particular instrument. On this one. I'm trying to explain something to this here, to this effect. So let me really talk about this based on chart patterns. I'm going to mark this area over here, and I'm going to explain something to you. Now, this area that we have marked out over here, do you know that this is also an area of head and shoulders? They call it head and shoulders, which is also similar to QM. QM stands for Quasimodo. When I talk about this quickly, I'm going to go back to the comments, read the comments. If there's any question, quickly look at them before we call it a day. Don't forget, guys, it won't be easy for me to go through all the comments and then to also address the instruments that you have on the radar, but we'll try and look at 1 or 2 of your instruments. So apologies in advance if I don't go over yours. So you don't say I'm skipping yours on purpose and so on. So when it comes to the head and shoulders, you can as well say that this is the left shoulder. This is the left shoulder. Don't forget, this is the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame. But if you look at this from like the 4 hours time frame, these head and shoulders will look even cleaner. Left shoulder, while this is the head, and then this was the right shoulder that was formed as well. The right shoulder that was formed. So this is the head and shoulders pattern. The QM pattern is similar but different, stating that this here, it breaks this level here, and then as it breaks and pushes higher is a QM, Quasimodo. For those that know Quasimodo, it's very similar to the head and shoulders, but with a difference of giving you a further drop in this manner, giving you that signal or information that when it pushes higher, it should respect the level. Most times than not, you respect the level because now you have a fresh drop over here that traders are now seeing and they're now attacking. Because if you drop your Fibonacci from these highs to these lows over here, right, I'm going to just quickly do that, then it might probably drop to about 51.8 area of flip zone, which is known as a powerful flip zone area. So I'm dropping the Fibonacci here, just this area, you can see it got 61.8. So I'm talking about a lot of things here, but it's based on trading. And that's what I said, this is trading and not a training session. If you want a training session, I can give you more information on how you can benefit from it. I'm going to give out that information now. Quickly, I'm just going to quickly breeze through the comment section and then read 1 or 2 comments before we gradually start to round up for the day, right? Let me see. Okay, nothing new from the YouTube live on trading live here. I have a lot. Someone said try the AUD JPY, major bias is sell and it's going accordingly. Okay, great. Let's see. Someone said, is it inverted head and shoulders? No, it is head and shoulders pattern. Inverted will be for buying, right? The head and shoulders, as you can see, where the left shoulder over here, the left shoulder is like your own shoulder, right? The left shoulder is like your own shoulder. Your head is like your head. Right shoulder is like your right shoulder. Inverted will be the other way, something like this in this movement here for buying. This one is for selling. And the head and shoulders pattern, whether head and shoulders or inverted, is for trading against the trend. That means that you're trying to reverse the trend pattern. right? We're trying to reverse the trend pattern. Okay, okay, beautiful. Somebody said it looks like a Quasimodo pattern. Yes, that's what we talked about. That's coming from Jack Bird. I said my favorite. So there are lots of chart patterns out there: the head and shoulders, the Quasimodo, the triangles, flat patterns, channels, and a whole lot of harmonics and so on. Okay. Where Fielding said Quasimodo is very simple when you trade it with Fibonacci. You can see I'm reading the comments now, and we already added Fibonacci for you to see that people are understanding and they're also using it as well. So it's not rubbish. We're telling you this is something that is genuine that people are using to make money at the end of the day, right? The news coming up for the dollar is about 15 minutes from now. So also pay attention to that. Most likely we would probably round up before the 15 minutes marker. I'll round up within the next 2-3 minutes as I'm just going through the comments that we have in front of us. Comments and quickly round up and then call it a day. Somebody said, George Dewe said, thank you so much for the update. Thank you for joining us. When will the next live be? The next live will be tomorrow. You can watch this again. The recording will be on the YouTube live and also the trading live as well. Someone said I'd like to attend tomorrow. That is. Someone said I'm sure to watch the replay. And for those asking for the link to the course, I have a course that you can subscribe to, and the course is just $197, which is $200. And if you subscribe to the course, I'm going to give you a bonus. Or I'm going to give you a bonus that can help you out the more. I'm going to give you a trading plan, trading journal, and also risk management calculator. I'll give you the templates for you to make use of that will help you for your risk management. So when you place a trade and you have a loss, you are not afraid, you don't shake. Even if your account balance is $100, 1,000, 100,000, 1 million, no matter the account balance is, you'll be able to easily calculate your risk, whether it's based on 1% or 2% or whatever percentage you're using. We always say, make sure your risk in percentage is minimal, right? Do not try to make $1 million overnight, meaning that you're trying to risk 100% of your account. If it goes the other way, you have just crashed your account. And we have traders here that have crashed a lot of accounts, right? One thing also I want to also say that when it comes to trading this, or rather when it comes to anything and everything in life, there's one major factor that we need to also include, and that is God. Don't forget to always pray. Just say a little word of prayer and say, God, take over my trading for today, which is very, very important. So let me drop the link for you guys to subscribe to the course. This is the link over here, and that's the link I have dropped for you guys on the Trading Live platform and also dropping on those on the YouTube live as well. When you subscribe to the link, $197, that's the subscription fee, right? Chat me up on Instagram, and that is at CSA Forex. So you just subscribe. I will throw in a bonus of the trading plan, trading journal, and the risk management calculator for you to be able to make use of, right? Trading plan is something that's very, very important. We all need a plan. Traders are trading without plans, and their trading is not going according to plan. And when it doesn't go according to plan, you know your trading is all over the place. So quickly, let me look at the pound card for Adams Ayambere. Quickly, I'll just flip. It's just going to be flip. And as I always say, when you are a trader, immediately you switch over to a chart. You already, pounds card, I already have it here. Maybe you flip over to a chart, you already know what you're looking out for on the chart. This is the pound card over here. Quickly, this 1 hour time frame, I like 1 hour a lot. It's in the middle of all the time frames from 1 minute scalping to 1 month position trading. Quickly looking at this, what I would like to see, you can see the trend is already building to the upside. I'd like to see it push down to this area here of demand, support, and then look for buy opportunities. Your entry trigger would be your bullish engulfing, bullish pin bar, bullish hammer, whatever the case might be. Look for an entry here, take your buy. Your stop loss should be naturally lower over here. And if this doesn't hold and it gets here, look for your trigger. Your trigger would help you for your confirmation and so on. This is just a quick one on the pounds card. I wish I could do more. If you want us to do more, chat me up on Instagram because I am obviously I've missed out on a lot of comments over here. Chat me up on Instagram and we'll see what we can do for you. So for those that are interested, once again, on the cost for $197, approximately $200. Subscribe to it. It has all the information on how to use the MT4, how to interpret the fundamental news, how to also look at breaking news, and of course, technical analysis, what we have been looking at here, support, resistance, supply, demand, Fibonacci. We have a section based on Fibonacci, and that section is one that I would also encourage you guys to also pay attention. Fibonacci is something that's very, very powerful that we can also make use of. As I'm talking also, I'm just going to do something for you. I'm going to flip over to where we have the course section for you to look at. I'll just flip over. You can see what I just mentioned now. So this is it finally. I will round up for the day. So this is it over here. You can see the MT4 for the laptop desktop users, MT4 for mobile users, fundamentals, technicals, risk management, very important. Trading strategy based on price action support resistance, Fibonacci, trade management. You can't place trades without knowing how to manage them. Trading psychology, how to control your emotions, trading plan, trading journal that we mentioned. That when you subscribe to this course, this is the course in front of us. You subscribe to the course, you'll get what you get, a bonus, and you can see the course. People that have attended the course in the past, go to the website, go to that link. You see what people have had to say, well simplified, very clear instructions. This is the best forex trading class, and so on. So also go there. Do not be, do not doubt. Go see for yourself. And of course, it's just 197. Chat me up. I would also give you the trading plan, trading journal, and also the risk management calculator for you to make use of at the end of the day. So to round up this our session, I want to say thank you to everybody for joining. Don't forget to pay attention to the news which is about to drop in the next 9 minutes or so. And of course, thank you to Trading Live for the platform. See you guys tomorrow. Guys, subscribe to the that course. It has everything there for you, everything you need to know, especially if you are new or you are struggling. And chat me up. I'll give you the bonus, as I mentioned. The bonus is for you if you can do that as soon as possible. It's not for everybody. I'll give that to you that are here. I hope you guys have learned something as well. We're going to meet up tomorrow. I have some comments coming in. That was amazing. Very informative session. Really interesting. Some of us, please let us know our names as well and where we're connecting to us from. Clara Meg said, amazing, thank you. I got interest on it. Thank you. Okay, beautiful. Trade safely. Yes, trade safely, guys. Very important. News is around the corner. Make sure your risk is well calculated and make sure you're using a stop loss. Your stop loss should be on the chart. Somebody said you followed me. Awesome. Hope it's on the YouTube channel. Follow me on the YouTube channel, guys. Help my YouTube to grow. I believe I'm around 600 something followers. Follow me on the YouTube as well. Thank you, guys. I believe you guys have learned something. We'll continue same time tomorrow, which is 2 p.m. UK time. So thank you, guys. See you same time. Ensure to do the needful. Learn. You want to learn, reach out, and then we'll see what we can do for you. Thank you, guys. Catch you same time tomorrow. Cheers.